Hello, Digides, and welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so about almost 2 weeks ago, Challenger Michael uploaded a video talking about his top five favorite Evo lines, and if we and we said in that video, if the video does well, we'll do a part two where I'll go over my top five favorite Evo lines, and that video did super well. So here we are. Now, just like Challenger Michael said in his, these are going to be my favorite Evo lines, and spoiler warning, I'm a Greymon fanboy. I'll admit it. I ain't afraid to admit it. Yeah, so all pretty much everyone here is going to be from the Greymon family, tribe. These are also the decks I play IRL in the Digimon TCG. So if you want to see any future uploads in these decks, I got some updated ones already, and I'm working on some new builds for the current meta. So if you want to see any of those, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And also, let me know in the comments your top five favorite Digimon Evo lines. And also, I'll leave a link in the description to channel member Michael's video. So, but before we get to the list, gotta do the honorable mentions, because there are a couple. One, Omnimon. Now, the reason I love Omnimon, I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna hide it. First off, he's the Gogeta of Digimon. Come on, let's be honest here. And he's definitely my favorite Royal Knight, and I'm definitely going to be building, as recording this video, the BT17 is not out yet. I'm definitely going to be building the Omnimon deck, so if you want to see any deck profiles for that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe so that I know there's interest. Um, I didn't put Omnimon because Omnimon's a fusion. Shoot, he's not even a Jogris like Imperial Dramon. He's a full-on fusion of the two, so he doesn't really have an Evo line, so I'm not really going to count that. Same thing goes for Ancient Greymon. I love Ancient Greymon. Matter of fact, a little hint of what you're going to see later on in the video. But Ancient Grey doesn't really have an evil line. He's like one of those original Digimon that basically passed down its power later on. So it's the original Greymon basically. So he's not going to be mentioned here because again we don't have an evil line for him. Same thing goes for Victory Greymon. Victory Greymon is a special Digimon. It was artificially made by Idrisil to be like the final contingency plan, for safety in case the digital world was ever in danger. So it doesn't have one. And for the record, I really hope someday we get like a full-on deck centered around Victory Greymon. That'd be sweet. And also, there's Chaos Greymon, which there's absolutely no data at all on Chaos Greymon. So hopefully someday we'll get some information on that Digimon. And Heavy Metal Greymon. This Greymon goes, if I remember right, goes all the way back to the original Digimon manga. So there's like zero information about it, and there's nothing about it ever since then. So hopefully someday we get some more info on these cool Digimon. That'd be really cool. And that's pretty much all the honorable mentions. So now let's get to the list. Now number 5, Blitz Greymon. Okay, I gotta be real. I wasn't the biggest fan of Blitz Greymon at first because at first I was a little iffy because I thought his design was a little not as like intricate as other Greymons, but I've really grown to appreciate this Digimon over time. One, I really like that it's like the black sheep out of all the Greymons because Greymons usually are like sword based. You know what I mean? The Dramon killers, Shine Greymon sword and shield in burst mode, Guilemon sword. So usually it's and also Omnimon well, I think it's the left arm where War Greymon's head, the War Greymon head, it's a sword and shield. So usually it's those sort of things, but it's really cool that Blitz is like different because it's more like a shooter. It's based off like missiles and stuff. So it's a lot like the Metal Garurumon family because they're usually the ones that are like missile based. So that's really cool. I also really thought it was awesome in the Digimon 2020 anime where we actually got to finally see Blitz Greymon, and I'm gonna be honest, it looks a lot better in the anime. So Blitz Greymon, really cool. Unfortunately, there's not like an entire deck centered around Blitz Greymon, and the cards we got for it right now are kind of a little iffy. But hey, hopefully someday we get some more. So Blitz Greymon, number 5, easy. Number 4, I gotta give it to the original War Greymon. Come on, the Goku of Digimon. Let's be real here. War Greymon is so cool. To this day, it's got like one of the most interesting designs out of all the Digimon out, like all the final forms of Digimon. And plus, I remember back in the day seeing War Greymon for the first time, and I thought it was just, like the coolest thing ever. Just that same feeling you got back in the day when you saw like I don't know, like Goku going Super Saiyan the first time, or shoot, if you're old like me, you watch Power Rangers and you saw the Green Ranger for the first time. You get that really like that feeling of just greatness. You know what I mean? So I got to give it to War Greymon. Honestly, like it's the OG, it's the one, and honestly, it's what really got me catapulted my love for the series because again, I loved Agumon when I was a little kid, and then seeing War Greymon eventually, it's kind of like that's like the symbolism of the whole thing. You grew with Agumon as the Digimon anime went on. So, dang it! Once again, I forgot to mute my Discord. Sorry about that. So, yeah, it's like you grew with Agumon from the way how it used to be, and then seeing him become like this amazing, overpowered warrior that like one shots Machine Dramon. So, I got to give it to the original War Greymon. Okay, now time for the big three. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, these next three should not surprise anyone. Number three, Emperor Greymon. Well, at least that's how we know him here, in the West. I think his name is Kaiser Greymon in Japanese and like other countries too. But the final one for the red hybrids. At least that's the deck is called. I play red hybrid all the time. That's one of the decks I'm playing the most right now. And I'm gonna be real, just like Blitz, I wasn't really okay. I gotta be honest. Back in the day, I wasn't super into Frontier. Although after rewatching it, like here's the thing, I got back into Digimon around 2021, roughly, or 2020, not too long before we started the channel. And after I got back into the series, I decided to sit down and rewatch a lot of the anime that I could watch. For some reason, I can't find Data Squad anywhere, like on any actual like legit streaming networks. I've had to, try to watch it other ways. Let's not go over there, but so I rewatched Frontiers, and it was a lot better than I remember it being. I actually really enjoyed it, and I just love the overall design of Emperor Greymon. I love the feel. It's supposed to be like like that Chinese Legend of the Nine Dragons. That's really cool, honestly. And I think and the whole honestly Spirit Digievolution has always been really interesting because not only do you become the Digimon, but it's the idea of okay, we all know the standard way how it goes. It's Agumon, it's the rookie, Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon, War Greymon. But here it's different because you got Flamemon, then you can go into either Gunimon or Burning Greymon, and then you go to Aldamon and then Emperor. So it's really cool that not only that in IRL in the game it still shows that because it was a phase shift for what it was called if I remember right, not a Digivolution. So it's really cool that you can go between the two, and so I really love that how it has that both monstrous spirit animalistic feel like that dragon dinosaur feel, but also has like that humanoid warrior feeling. So Emperor Greymon, you got to give it to that. All right, number two, Shine Greymon. Okay, I gotta admit, at first, I thought I didn't know Shine Gray. Like when I saw Shine Greymon, there was always something about his design because it's got like a very. How can I put this? Maybe it's just it could just be amazing, but Shine Greymon has always had like one of the most interesting designs when it comes to Greymon final Digievolutions because it just looks so different from it. I don't know what. Maybe because I want to be honest. I think it's because the color scheme reminds me a lot more of Gallantmon. Does anyone else see that? But yeah, Shine Greymon, super dope. Data Squad, love it. Marcus might be my favorite protagonist. Let's just ignore the last episode. We'll pretend that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But Shine Greymon, and I really love the relationship between Shine Greymon and Agumon, especially since I like how it's kind of like it's Agumon, but he feels older. Know what I mean? So I really love that aspect, and the whole idea of the two, you have to be in perfect sync with each other in order to maximize their Digievolution. I think that's really cool, and the whole honestly Geo Greymon Rise Greymon, I love how it's still it feels like the original line, but it's like different. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like how they did their own thing, but it was still enough of the original because Geogramon is just so much more ferocious looking than the original Greymon. Greymon. So I gotta give it the shine, and also its burst evolution. The whole at first when his friends were like in danger or something, like when they were going through depression, they go into rune mode first, and then eventually once they master it, they go into the final burst mode, as well as Agumon's burst mode. The whole burst mode mechanics is really cool. So, and I love how rune mode is like a reference to the old school Skull Greymon. So, oh, Skull Greymon also really cool. And so yeah, I got to give it to Shine Greymon. Really awesome. And number one, if you're familiar with the channel, and I have friends who watch this, who from locals who watch this channel, it should not be one bit surprising. Number one, Black War Greymon, specifically the Gaiomon line. I've never hit it before. This is my favorite Digimon. This is my favorite deck to play. This is what got me back into Digimon because I think I'll do like a funny story of that later. But basically, when I started playing, when I told my friends I'll start playing when Black War Greymon gets a deck. BTA got announced. There you go. That's how it started. I'll go into more detail later on, but and that's where it started. Then Gaiomon came out, and then my love for Digimon just honestly it all came back. You know what I mean? So, Gaiomon, I love its design so much, that samurai style, and especially also, I love how Gaiomon was originally going to be the original design for Black War Greymon X, but they loved it so much they decided to make it like its own subcategory, and I think that's just so cool. And let's really hope eventually, God, I hope so. Idrisil and Arceus, if you hear me. I really hope eventually we finally get a Gaiomon Ito mode card. Because that we're missing that. So hopefully someday we get that and the Gaiomon deck can get a new breath of life. I'm really hoping for that someday. And that's actually my list. I went through that kind of quickly. So, really quick recap. Blitz Greymon, the original War Greymon, Emperor Greymon, Shine Greymon, and Black War Greymon, specifically Gaiomon. And that's actually my top 5 favorite Evo list. I love all of these. I just love Greymon in general. I'm going to be real with you. I'm a Greymon fanboy. I'm not afraid to hide it. So, let me know in the comments your top 5 favorite Evo lines. Let me know what you think of my list. And that's pretty much it. Have a good week. Take care. And we got some more videos planned out for the future, so if you don't want to miss those, again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.